I'm sure I wasn't the only one frustrated by the inability to name my Amazon automations. In this video, we're going to look at the new ability that Amazon released this week to name your routines. Hey, Chris Young here from Homekitgeek, the channel where we bring you new smart home content every single week. If that sounds like something that might interest you, do me a favor, consider subscribing and ring that bell so that you get notified when new videos are posted. So for those of us who've been using the Amazon ecosystem for a while, one of the things that has been incredibly frustrating is the inability to name your routines. Amazon had an algorithm, if you will, a standard way of naming all of their routines, which eventually you can't tell the difference. It was that bad, right? 8:40 a.m. is not something meaningful. It doesn't tell me what it's doing, and it's hard to understand when you have a bunch of these things what exactly they're going to do. So quite frankly, I use them very sparingly. Earlier this week, Amazon released a new feature, at least into Canada and the US. I've been able to confirm both of those. And we now have the ability to name our routines something meaningful. And this opens up a whole bunch of possibilities that we previously didn't have. So if you're in the Amazon ecosystem, definitely take a look at the routines again. Let's check it out. So for those of you who weren't aware, Amazon has had the ability to create routines, which we would call automations or scenes, for quite a while. But one of the things that really made them, in my opinion, almost unusable is you could not name them. So for instance, if you look at the screen right now, weekdays at 8 o'clock, 8:40, 8:02, 8:20, what even are those? What are they for? Earlier this week, no fanfare, no real announcement that I saw, we suddenly have the ability to enter a routine name, which is kind of awesome in that we can now get a lot more organized with what we're doing within our Amazon-based routines. Right, so this is really important when you're creating these automations. If you start to have a couple of them, you want to know which one's doing what. And just knowing which sensor is involved isn't very helpful. Knowing what time is involved really isn't helpful either. You want to understand typically what the routine, what the automation is actually going to do. So this may not seem like such a big deal to you, but in my case, it made the routines in Amazon almost unusable. I set up a few things and then kind of walked away in that it just became too hard to manage anything because I couldn't understand or easily go in and see what was doing what. Now I have the ability to go in and rename things to set timers for my son. So different kids going to school at different times. So I can name those appropriately. I can enable and disable these, for times when they're not here, all that kind of thing. This opens up a huge world of usability. Honestly, I don't know why Amazon didn't give this to us originally, but you know what? I'm not going to complain too much. At least they got there in the end. What do you guys think? Useful feature? Yes? No? Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys soon.